Hi everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about the recall. So from when a puppy is 2 to 3 months, it's so easy. You just walk around and they innately want to follow you wherever you go. So it's really a piece of cake. But somewhere around 3 months, they get a little bit more like, hey, there's some exciting things around here, and it requires a little bit more coaxing. So I like to put a harness and a long line on my puppy somewhere around 10 weeks old before this shift happens. So I have recourse, I have a way to be able to get them to me if I want to have them come to me. So a lot of people ask me what kind of harness I like. I like this Puppia harness. I have no affiliation with them, but this is just the one that I happen to use. It is lightweight. I like right here that it doesn't restrict their shoulders when they're walking, and it has a nice wide neck, so it's not like thin where it pulls on a specific area. Here's the ring here where I attach the long line, and then this is a side view. So when I have a long line on a young puppy, around 3 months old or so, it's for a golden retriever. I'm going to use him as an example. I use about 10 feet. As he gets older, I'll move up to 20 feet. And then eventually when he's an adolescent, I use 40 feet of line. And I do this because I want to keep the recall consistent. And if he doesn't want to come, which is inevitable, there are going to be many times where you call your puppy and your puppy does not want to come. You have to have a way to be able to get them back to you if you want to keep consistent success throughout that first year. And that is the secret to a recall. So there are some rules with recalls. And the first one being, do not call your dog if you don't have a way to get him back to you. So this is why we have the harness. Oh, and another reason why I use a harness, because it's not so much pulling on the neck directly as it is more the body. So I do use a collar when I do leash walking with my dog, but if I'm going to be doing walks, just walking around in the yard or walking around in the woods, I always use a harness. So the rules for the recall. First rule is you have to be able to reinforce it. So have a long line on. If your puppy is out of reach of your long line, say you're out in your yard and maybe he's 6-7 feet, that end of that line is away from you, you want to kind of saunter over to the end, step on the line, call your puppy, and if your puppy doesn't come, it's simple. You pick up the line and you reel it in like a fish. Now, every time when your puppy comes to you, even if you have to manually get them to you, you want to praise them, because you want to create the space around you is always the safe place, the right place, the place you want that your puppy is going to be getting praise. You do not want to call your puppy and, be angry, or that's just not good. So be able to reinforce it. Second rule is say the command once. Do not say, Rover come, Rover come, Rover come Rover, Rover come. All this is going to do is to teach your puppy to tune you out. Your command has no weight whatsoever. So please don't water it down. Say it once. And then if they don't come, you use your long line to do the rest of the work. This last one is not so much a rule, it's more of a tip. So when you get your puppy to you, so for example, if you need to go out, right, and you have your puppy in your yard and you're letting your puppy play, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I gotta get going. You call your puppy to you, he comes to you, and then you put him in the crate and you head out for an hour or so. that's going to teach your puppy that when he comes to you, the fun ends and he has to go in his crate. So you don't want to create that. You want to give your puppy several opportunities in that play session where he can go back and play again. So I call them like little check-ins. So when he comes to you, call him to you, give him a lot of praise. Okay, go play. And then he gets to go play again. So he never knows when, you're going to stop the game. So that builds trust, which is what we're trying to do, especially within this first year, which helps build that relationship that you want, and a successful recall. So when you call your puppy to you, be aware of your body language. Be inviting. Your arms open. You have a smile on your face. Look welcoming. And like I said, when he comes to you, give him opportunities to then go play again. So these are the rules, some tips when you're first establishing this recall. Part 2 of the recall explanation tutorial is we'll talk about games and how to make these recalls a little faster, a little more fun.